What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Vlogmas Day 9. Let's go. If you can't tell by now, I'm out in the field. So I'm guessing you probably know what this video is about. We're doing some field work. I like to spend my weekends, or at least one of my weekend days, really improving myself. So that being said, today I'm going to be focusing on accuracy and how to have the correct timing to really increase your accuracy. Hope y'all enjoy it. It's going to be a good one. Lots of insightful tips and little tricks. Y'all seem to really like the hip one, so I figured I would share some more secret sauce. So hope y'all enjoy. It's gonna be a good one. Peep my Big Country Beef Jerky jersey. If y'all haven't, go on the website, bigcountrybeefjerky.com. They've got a bunch of different flavors. My favorite flavors probably are the garlic parmesan or the buffalo ranch. But 20 grams of protein per package. I think over 3 servings in a package. So protein for days if you're out in the course. Go check it out. Use code MCTAN, MCTAN, 10% off your order. Happy holidays. So I've watched many videos on how to increase accuracy when throwing the disc, and you know, some things have helped, but I think one of the biggest things that helped was a couple weeks ago I went down and met up with my friend Mason Ford and kind of got a little lesson from him. Had him just share some knowledge and things he thought I could fix. One thing he told me contradicted everything I knew about my disc golf swing. He said when you're planting that you should plant in line with your back foot. And at first I really didn't believe him, and I thought maybe this only works for him. But he was saying that, yeah, this is the best way to be accurate. You're going to gain a lot of accuracy or like this. But he said you can still produce a lot of power like this. And a good chunk of his throw is his front foot is in line. Go watch some slow-mos. He might have it, sometimes just slightly in front, but for the most part, it is very much in line with his back foot. And Valerie, his wife, also is very similar, very much in line. And I would say those two players are some of the most accurate players on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Both of those people, I would say their strongest suits or strongest parts of their game are accuracy and consistency. I feel like it could be because of this. So as what I've done here is I've kind of made a little tee pad, and then I'm putting a stick down. So I'm going to try to really focus on working up this stick to kind of cut off me being really allowed to throw my front foot up too much. It probably still going to come a little bit in front because that's what I'm used to, but the goal is to kind of keep fighting that and try to work in a straight line. Now, I know some of y'all probably still don't believe me, so hopefully I can show you with this. When you're using your hips in the throw, you always see people's feet shift, right? Well, look at where my front foot is pointing, right? When it shifts, it moves up, and that pretty much more or less is where our disc normally comes out. So if I'm here and I use my hips, boom, now my front foot is literally pointing in the direction I'm going, which just to me is like, there's no way this is not going to increase my accuracy. Like, it's so natural when we're trying to use our hips. Boom. Right there in front, where when it's out a little more, a lot of times it's harder for it to kind of rotate all the way, which automatically just makes me think that you're going to get more accuracy with the line straight. I'm starting off with some baseline putters. They're pretty straight to flippy, and I'm throwing right into a headwind. So I'm not even don't really care about the flight of the disc. I really just want the disc releasing pretty much right out in front of me. And that was right in front of me. Right in front of me again. I just slipped on a little mud patch. Another trick you can do, if you noticed in the video, I still have a little bit of lead with my front foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tighten this right side of the T-pad up, and I push the pull more to the center. So now it's going to keep me a lot tighter, hopefully. Kind of try to fight my natural instinct of getting that left foot kind of out a little bit. It's almost a little scary with how close this is, but it's kind of what you have to do to break that muscle memory. A good way to practice this too, if you're not able to get the timing down, just simplify and start sideways already. So that way your front foot just comes straight up the pole, and then you just can do that. So I'll do it that way to show y'all. It definitely may feel uncomfortable, but either way it's going to feel comfortable because you're changing something. So I think that's the biggest thing I see is don't seek comfortability in a time that you're trying to change something. You'll never change if you do that. So we're going to start with both feet up against the pole, and I'm just going to go straight up and then back. I think this is a really good drill for people who maybe early on in their kind of disc golf journey, maybe saw a video that talked about working your way from the right side of the T-pad to the left side of the T-pad to get distance. I see that's a really popular thing, and a lot of people do that to get distance. The reason that works is because you're closing off your body so much more to the target to where now your whole body is facing behind and you're having to just rip everything in. So this is a great drill if you're trying to break that and really try to let your run up dictate where you're aiming opposed to where you're letting go be where you're aiming. This is way more reliable than doing the same run up every single time for every different shot. Because now if I want to throw a shot more to the left, then I'm just going to work from my right side up to the left side, and I'm throwing where my feet are aiming. So then I don't even have to think about anything up here. I just think about where my feet are lining up, and I know I'm going to hit my gap. Now the second part of this drill, these two kind of have to work together, or else you may not see as much result. But another thing that I see a lot, myself included, is when people are throwing, whenever they're getting ready to put their back foot down, a lot of times you'll see people already turning around. When this back foot hits the ground, we should still be 100% squared up with in front. So when this back foot comes, we should still be here. And then as this front foot comes, then we're coming back a little bit, right? But we should not. I see so many people get on this foot and they're already way back here. So now is what's happening is when they're back here already, when they're trying to pull forward, they're just starting back. Their hips aren't loaded, but they're just starting back here. It would be equivalent to like someone trying to jump high and thinking, oh, if I start down here, I'm going to get way higher. No, you need that momentum, but with the correct timing, right? If I was to come down like this to jump up and I pause down here for a second and then tried to jump, I'm not going to jump as high. It's the same thing with this. If we keep those hips here neutral, now they're loaded, unloaded, opposed to here, they're not loaded, they're neutral facing the backside. Now you're just throwing them forward opposed to loading them and then shooting them or throwing them. Now we're going to focus on here. Boom. This will help increase accuracy a lot because as you see, it's all kind of off this foot. So if we're here, right, that's kind of where I should be aiming or where the disc should come out. But if you're preloaded already, right, if you're like this, when you throw, it's going to make you want to open up a lot. You're going to over rotate. A good way to help is keep your eyes on the target for as long as you can until you have to bring this foot forward and coil. This should also increase a little bit of distance, because if you don't do this already, now you are efficiently getting a coil, because you're here and then you're going back and forward, opposed to being here already and then just trying to throw everything forward. The last thing I'll say on this is, as you're working on the timing of the rotation, like I said, most likely is what's going to happen is you're probably going to start pulling more right. Do not let that make you think that you're doing something wrong. If you're pulling more right, it's probably because your old throw, you started a little bit further back. So now as you're trying to adjust that, your body's having to get used to this brand new timing and how much your shoulders are actually rotated. Before, you were probably over rotating, and now you're doing what's normal, but your body is so used to over rotating that you are going to over rotate to the right. So don't let that bog you down. Keep going with the reps. As days go by, it should start tightening up as you're able to get more and more comfortable with this. If you're still struggling with this, then this is a great drill to do. You can really do this around anything. It doesn't have to be a tree. You can put your resistance band in a door or around something else, or this is just what I have available to me. I'm gonna come at the height that I would hold the disc. So now here I am, right? I'm in the same position that I just was. I'm gonna make sure I have some tension on the tree or on the band. I'm gonna start close. As what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a baby X step. Foot's coming back, and then it's, so now you don't even have to think about rotating. This is gonna pull you. So we're here, trying as much as possible get into the same positions. We're here, X step, boom. Right, so then it's just through. So we're here, X step, moving away from the hand. So it's not a reach back, it's more of a leave back. If anything, you're just leaving your hand back. We're here, boom, right there. This is going to help you with just the timing of when to rotate. I'm squared up, and then boom, I'm back. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. We've got a crazy cold front coming in tonight. Tomorrow the high is supposed to be like 59 degrees or something, so that'll be a fun time tomorrow. Don't know what I'm planning on doing, but it's going to be a little chilly one. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. There's plenty more of this coming out. Even after Vlogmas, I plan on really upping the content, really upping the tips and tricks that I'm sharing with y'all. If there's something that I haven't covered that y'all want me to cover, make sure y'all leave a comment down below. I'd love to help you get to where you would like to be in your disc golf journey. Thank y'all so much for watching, and remember, take it one shot at a time. See you in the next one.